a treatment on somebody, just as a general, treatment, I start by relaxing the client. And the way you relax is the diaphragm. Now the diaphragm is going to be, I'm going to start here because you can see that. See how this foot right here is one color, but below that is a lighter color? Mm-hmm. Right where that color meets is her diaphragm area. So on this side of the diaphragm is where we're working. Actually, this side.
You said don't go with your feet.
So I'm going to put my thumb right there where the two color meet, and I'm going to take her and I'm going to press straight in. That is a reflexology point for relaxation. And I always start with that because normally when I am doing this and somebody just got off work and they had to fight traffic, they're stressed. So I say, okay, we're going to relax you. We're just going to go one, and I try to do it with her breath. She's breathing very rapidly and very shallow. So I say, Key, take 3 deep breaths. As she breathes in, I push in. When she breathes out, I take my thumb out. Press in, come out. And that is a perfect relaxation. And you do the other foot the same way. And you see how much pressure I'm using on that foot? I'm literally curling her foot around my thumb. A lot of pressure. Because feet can take a lot of pressure. Do you know there's 26 muscles? No, there's more than that. There's 26 bones in each foot. But there's like 40 muscles in each foot. And some of them are layers of muscle, just one right on top of the other. The other relaxation point is just doing this. It's not slapping, it's just moving it back and forth. This is a great relaxing way for your client to just loosen up and stop being so
is. Believe it or not, I actually do that to make myself go to sleep.
Yeah, you shake your foot.
Yeah.
So it's a really good relaxing point. Okay, so if you're looking at her feet together, guess what this area is? Right here. What does it shake like? Shaped like the butt. It's the butt. So if you have a calloused area back here, that's telling me one of two things. Either you have hemorrhoids or you don't drink enough water. Yeah. Because if you don't drink enough water, you are prone to get hemorrhoids. So.
I actually, wait, it's a hernia. Never mind, I'm not gonna
Hernia is in the stomach, and I'll show you where that is in a minute. So if I'm working the heel area, the gluteal area, sciatic pain, all of that, it's going to be, I take my knuckle and I work that, and I let her use her just natural pressure that comes down. It can help it along, but I'm not going to waste my energy, going in and trying to push. Her body can help me do that. So I'm just working that whole area. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. A lot of pressure. I'm going to tell you right now, I think he probably has to go to the restroom here in a minute, so I'm not going to touch her urinary area until the very end of the pressure point, because she's going to end up having to, I've got to go to the bathroom right now. So, and the reason I know that is because you can see how swollen it is right there.
It's so weird how you tell stuff.
So the outside of the foot corresponds with the outside of the body. The knee is going to be right here. And it's right where the heel bone kind of goes into that soft area. That's your knee. Your hip is just above that. And then you've got a little cuboid bone right here that sticks out. That's your elbow. So right there. And it's also your waist area. If you move on up, anywhere I find a callus means it's a chronic condition. If you find somebody at some place that's tender, then that means it's an acute condition. It's just started. Chronic condition's been going on a while. Shoulder, a lot of people will have a callus right here if they have shoulder problems. So.
Okay, on the outside?
Yeah,
Okay.
right here on this side.
Oh, here it is.
Mm-hmm. So, right here, that's still in the shoulder area. And all that. You got a good callus right here.
So, funny story. I was in elementary, somebody broke a bottle outside,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know. My dad was supposed to be like, "You shouldn't come outside with no shoes on," and I was running back to put on shoes and
Yep.
stepped in the glass of the
So-
bottle. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's why you got a callus here.
Mm-hmm.
So, but does your callus correspond with any shoulder pain? Because a lot of
I do
times when
have-
you have a scar there, it will cause the shoulder pain to be just a chronic shoulder pain.
It is though, right around like my neck, the
Yeah.
lower.
And so we're
lower
gonna
neck.
focus on that area too.
Yeah.
Because right here, she's a callus right here, and that is that area right here in the neck.
That's my worst,
Mhm.
like the most.
She got a good callus right here and right here.
I didn't even know that would make that.
So the toes are your sinus issues, headache, it can be your pituitary, things like that. So I just take my finger and I do like finger rolls, tickle tickle. Puffiness means you've got sinus problems. So she's got sinus problems here, a little bit here. So her sinus problems, let's see this, sphenoid, ethmoid. Ethmoid is between the eyes. When Key has sinus problems, it's usually right here, in between the eyes.
That's true.
Because that's her puffy area. Cool? Just do the finger rolls. And if you want to wake your brain up before a test, this is the area right on the inner side of your thumb, toe is right here. Press. Wake that brain up. See, it's gotta, she ain't gonna make it. It's them late nights you've been staying on FaceTime and all that.
Actually, no.
Oh, naturally.
For the inside of the big toe,
Uh-huh.
it's pointing to the throat.
Throat.
The what?
The throat.
Throat.
The throat is going to be right here, and its
Okay.
throat is down, and it goes into the stomach.
Okay.
So you always go in one direction only. You don't ever go backwards,
So show me
because
my-
what can happen? Yeah,
I
you
swear
don't
this paper
wanna- you don't want to
said
cause your
throat is that
so come-
inside.
Where's the brain?
brain is going to be in on this area too. So the throat
This right
is
here?
in here and down,
Okay.
and then into the stomach, because this is the stomach. Throat always goes into the stomach. So that's the direction you always want to take.
And brain is up here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where's that?
Pituitary,
At the top of the big toe, like on the side at the top.
corner of the toe? Which one, what is the corner of this? Pineal, pituitary?
Pineal.
Pineal, yeah. Corner of the toe right here. I usually just take my fingernail and I press right there. There, you're always, look, there's a callus there.
Mhm.
Yeah. So pineal gland, do y'all remember what that does?
That's-
Uh-huh. It's right there. Does anybody remember what the pineal gland does?
I can't remember. No.
It's got to do with your sleeping, melatonin,
Mm.
produces your melatonin. Yeah. So you sleep well? You got a callus there.
Not really. What is sleep?
What is sleep? I don't know. Let's see. All your stomach, intestines, all the soft tissue is all in here. So, and you want to go in one direction. You don't ever want to cause what do you call it, constipation? Don't want to cause constipation. So the way your intestines work is clockwise, all in this area. I always want to massage in that direction. Same way on the foot. You go across, across, down, out, out. Across, across, down, out, out. Yeah. So that is your intestines. Stomach's gonna be the same way. Just follow that. Yeah. I just take my knuckle and make sure I go clockwise.
That feels
Doesn't it feel good? So let's talk about the spine area. So we know that's the neck. Got a callus there, right where the occipital bone meets the neck. Then right here, this little hump is your shoulder blade. That one is a painful one for me. So this is the way I do that. Hold your wrist straight where your thumb is not bent like that, and press in. Just follow that line all the way across the scapula. And it's going to sink in here, and that is your lumbar. Look at the way that it's shaped. It's out and in.
like a spine.
Just like a spine. going into the thoracic and down into the lumbar. We're going to stop right before we get to the urinary area because I don't want to have to get off my table. Let's see, on one side of the foot versus the other, there's things like, okay, on the left side, there's the heart and the spleen, is that right? Heart and spleen?
Mm-hmm.
So the heart is under the little toe, and the way I find it is I pull the little toe straight back, I find the bone, and then let the little toe go, and it sinks right into the heart. Press. And then the spleen is going to be the fourth toe. You can see how the bone pops out right here, and just press in. So that's the heart and the spleen. And the other side is going to be your what? Gallbladder. It's there. And your liver is going to be underneath the fourth toe. So I don't have a gallbladder. I probably got a little hollow area right there where you're pressing.
So the liver underneath the pinky toe?
Liver's under the pinky toe,
I think, yeah.
and the gallbladder's in the,
Under
yeah, because the gallbladder's up here.
Yeah.
And the liver would be farther. Okay, so yeah, that would be the gallbladder is here. And then, the liver's here, and then the gallbladder's here. You got your gallbladder still?
Mm-hmm.
You have issues with your gallbladder?
I didn't know
You
that.
will if you eat fried foods, girl. You better stay off from fried foods, I'm telling you.
Remember when I was walking the night?
Yeah.
So, am I forgetting anything on the bottom of the foot? Did I cover all
You
that?
go to the doctor?
Oh, the bladder. But we'll do the bladder
I
at the
felt
end.
fine.
The hip and the
What?
knee.
She said we had from the knee.
The knee?
Mm-hmm.
The knee is here. Right in where the heel bone goes in and it kind of sinks in there. That's where the knee is. Right there. Both sides. So, does your knee bother you?
Sometimes. Not really.
Let's see if I forgot anything. Hip, knee,
My body's
sciatic,
been through a lot,
gluteal,
so-
bladder.
I just be taking
Can we
the
talk about the
access,
eye?
you know, it's just-
No, that's good. So if y'all ever have those twitchy eyes,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I hate those.
I be feeling like somebody talking
That's
about
right
me.
between your toes. So now I forget what is between. Let me look at this. Ear is between the pinky and the fourth toe. Straight in between, and you just press. Your bronchial tubes are in the next toe, right under here. So if you find it hard to breathe, this is how you relax your bronchial tubes. Press straight in, yeah.
Take stock.
And then your eye, if you have that twitchy eye or any problems with your eye, it's right here.
CPR. Give me the front.
And that's just if you're having like the twitching.
Yeah, that will help. Twitching eye is a sign of stress. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know my ear, okay, so, cause I be having some issues
Oh,
with my right
talk about the
ear.
lungs.
So I can put, like, I have it's like it's stopped up,
Yeah,
it stays like.
that would be good though. Get in here between your
Push it.
small toe and your fourth toe
Okay.
and just press that area. And a lot of it has to do with sinuses too, so get a pressure point massage, that helps.
Okay.
Because your eustachian tubes is what gets stopped up.
Mhm.
Lungs. Lungs, you remember the diaphragm is here, so the lungs is just above that. It's all this area. The more yellow that area is, the more they smoke. So if you smoke, you need to check the color of the feet. And the way I fix that, I just use these knuckles here and just kind of knuckle them in there, work that lung area.
Are they clear? They not as yellow?
I don't think
Is that yellow, Miss?
I mean, I don't think it's too bad. What do you think?
You
got a
asking the
tinge.
wrong person. I
Got a
got
tinge of yellow. What are you smoking there, Keith? You don't have to just be cigarettes either. It can be other things you can smoke.
Such thing as a herb.
yellow.
It's an herb. It's natural. So
Yeah.
is tobacco. That don't mean it's good for you.
Tobacco be chemically enhanced.
Tobacco too harsh.
Okay. I talked about that. Let's talk about sciatic. Has anybody have problems with sciatic pain?
That one right
All the
there
time?
hurt me earlier.
Look here.
Whining.
Right here. Take your knuckles and just, get you a ball, one of those hard balls. Get a golf ball
I got a
Roll your
bouncy
heel.
ball that I use to roll
That
my
is a
foot on.
great way to do it. Because your sciatic nerve ends in your heel. But I can show you a stretch too that will help that.
Yeah, it's bad
Yeah.
work.
Yeah,
I'll
can I
be
get
like
one?
limping and stuff at work.
Start having a house.
You
Sciatic
so young,
affects a
really.
lot of people. Did you have sciatic pain when you were pregnant? Do you remember?
don't know, it's
Sciatic pain is a very sharp pain that goes down the back of your leg.
Oh,
It
they
makes
call
it hard to
lightning
walk.
Crotch. That's
They call it
tell me,
what?
it's lightning crotch.
Lightning crotch.
That's what they call it.
Girl, I've heard that. You
Yeah.
know something else.
It was
Lightning
like a sharp
crotch.
pain from
It's
like
a
my
right
lower
face,
back
though.
all the way to
Yeah,
my
it
leg.
does.
Oh, that's just
So
like-
your sciatic nerve starts right here in the low back, and it goes straight down the back of your rear end, back behind the and behind the knee,
I
and
definitely
it ends in your heel. And the nerve itself is as thick as your thumb. And what happens is the gluteal area has a lot of muscles, and the nerve goes right through those muscles. And when it gets tight, it squeezes that nerve, and it
I couldn't
causes
get anyone
major
to touch my
pain.
feet when I was pregnant because they were so afraid they would put me in labor.
Oh.
But
Oh, yeah.
you
So-
saw me, Miss Wright, I was fat.
All right, let's talk about the top of the foot. Let's turn it over. There's some areas that you can reduce lymph. This top of the foot. This is also the breast area. If you just had a baby and you are bloated here and you need to relieve pressure, is a great way to do it. I don't use a lot of pressure here. It's just my 3 fingers and just do a light massage pushing backwards that way. There is certain areas that you want to be careful of if you're pregnant. The outside of the foot is your ovary, and it's right here underneath the heel, the bone. It's a little hollow. That's your ovary. On the other side is your uterus. You do not ever want to massage from the ovary. No, you want to massage from the ovary through to the uterus. And right across the top of the foot is your fallopian tubes. Now, if you do it opposite, if you go in this direction, you could cause an egg to stop in the fallopian tubes, become an ectoptic, how do you say that? You know, ectoptic, I can't say it.
We know what you're trying to say,
Ectoptic
Miss Wright.
pregnancy. Yeah, that's what you don't want. So we always want to go in this direction. Press, pull, press. Now, if they're trying to get pregnant or they are pregnant, avoid this
Don't
area.
even get it.
Don't do it.
You don't need none of them problems. Yeah, I think I'm
Now,
done.
if they're in their 9.5 months and they're ready to have that baby, you press on that uterus as much as you want. Press, press, press.
Press,
Because
press.
that will help to open the uterus and have the baby.
My son didn't know I would have come. I wish we knew
You
that.
should have, yeah. Press, press, press.
Miss
Get
Wright,
my
you should have
ankle.
told me this. You should have told me because I couldn't use that.
Yeah. Let's see. Top of the foot, we got back here where the Achilles tendon is. You can also do lymphatic massage.
That feels good.
Yeah, it does. I don't use a lot of pressure when I'm doing lymphatic.
It used to be sore back there. I used to find myself just massaging it.
You can do a
It's intense.
stretch. The Achilles tendon is what gets sore, and it pulls on the muscles of the heel, and that, if it pulls too hard, it will create bone spurs, and oh my gosh, they're horrible. But you can stretch your Achilles tendon. I'm going to roll these up because I want them to see this. I put one finger upper and one finger lower, and it's like an S pattern. I'm pressing and just twisting that Achilles tendon, and it gives that Achilles tendon a really good stretch. And you can also stretch the foot where the muscles are between those bones. You can take and just opposite of each other, back and forth. Hear that clicking? So I'm moving those muscles. You can do it in the hands too. And that feels really good. Stretching those muscles out. I love a foot massage. Yeah. So the last one we're going to hit is the uterus.
Intestines.
The bladder, and the bladder is a swollen area right here, and all you do is take your thumb and you're just pressing, and that's the bladder. So you have urinary tract infections or anything like that, this is a good area to work. But save it for last, because I can almost guarantee you they're gonna have to get up and go to the restroom.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
That's not plenty of water.
Well, I know I have to use the bathroom.
We're feeling it through.
over here.
It's osmosis.
Yeah, thinking.
Osmosis Jones.
Oh, no.
So, calloused areas, heal. That means I would talk to my client about drinking more water. Yeah. Right here, callus, and that is right here. Neck. We already know she had neck problems because when I did the pressure point massage. Shoulder. Stretch those shoulders, girl, like this.
Yeah, that hurts so bad.
Mm.
I mean, it just did.
Now, if she had a callus running straight through here, you know what I would say? Do you have acid reflux or problems with acid reflux? She doesn't,
Oh, that's me.
but yeah, you'll find a callus will be there. If they smoke, they'll have like either a callus here or they'll be different color right there. Yeah. Puffiness, remember that sinus issues? We already talked about where her sinus issues were. So, there you go.